Wow, what an incredible sunrise. It's going behind the clouds just a little bit right now, but some of those colors and the sun, just a beautiful, beautiful morning. Well, today on this video, I am reviewing a pretty special shoe, and it's one that Seth James Demore said he would be willing to run across, well, maybe not willing, but he would run across America in this shoe. That is the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel. This is a gravel specific, gravel inspired, kind of a road to gentle trail type of shoe. So I came out to the gravel road. So I'm going to be talking about the build quality, the comfort, the performance, and the value of the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel. Of course, I would appreciate it if you would be willing to hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this shoe. I am trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'll produce the videos. All you got to do is subscribe. Again, I would really appreciate that. Also consider joining the channel membership. And lastly, I have an affiliate link to Salomon's website. If you use that to buy any of your gear, it'll just go to help support the channel. Check out that link down in the pinned comment or the description below. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's move on with the run. I'm going to be continuing on from the car. It'll be about 3 miles, and then I'll start making my way up that hillside for an 800-foot ascent, and then I'll be continuing on the backside of all that, and it'll just be absolutely wonderful and beautiful. I can't wait to show you more and talk about this shoe. But voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the specs and features of the shoe? And I'm gonna enjoy the sunrise and these gravel roads just a little bit more. All right, over to you, Chad.
Salomon states, Aero Glide 3 Gravel levels up your run with dynamic cushion, radical comfort, and gravel-tuned features. Built on high-stack foam for bouncy cushion strides from start to finish, with our gravel grip for optimal traction both on the road and off it. Featuring a unique, seamless upper construction that fits like a glove. Dare to hit the gravel. As for some of those specs and features, you get a 3D mesh upper with Salomon's internal Sensi Fit, Enduro Fit sleeve and gusseted tongue, Ortholite Performance insole, Energy Foam Evo midsole, which is a beaded TPU type formula, with a decoupled cutout for additional heel cushioning, Contagrip rubber outsole with gravel bike tire inspired lugs, which are estimated to be up to 3.5 millimeters in depth, 40 millimeters of heel stack, 32 millimeters of toe stack for that 8 millimeter drop, weighing in at 275 grams or 9.7 ounces, and a US MSRP of $160. I should also state that Salomon did send me this shoe for the purpose of review, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. Chad, back over to you.
Beautiful sunrise again. And I'm just really enjoying myself out here in the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel. So when it comes to build quality, Salomon never ceases to amaze. I'm always impressed with their build quality in pretty much all of their shoes, and the Aero Glide 3 Gravel makes no exception to that expectation. Salomon was very intentful, purposeful in their choice of materials. I like the fabric that they chose on the upper, although it's not the most breathable. There are some nice TPU overlays around the toe box to offer a little bit more durability and protection, and some additional fabric along the medial and lateral side of the outside of the shoe, part of that Sensi Fit that helps wrap the shoe around your foot. The tongue is kind of a neoprene-like material. There is no additional padding in that tongue, but it is gusseted on both sides and just wraps around your foot really nicely. And then moving around to the ankle and the heel, some excellent padding, good choice of material. On the inside of the shoe, you get an Ortholite Performance insole, and then of course that midsole, it's a beaded-like TPU foam, very soft, very bouncy, and quite fun to run in. I think that midsole is going to last a very long time, quite a few 100 miles. And then that outsole rubber, the Contagrip, just doing a great job on, you know, the gravel roads like today. The lugs are advertised at up to 3.5 millimeters. I think it's more like 2 millimeters, which makes it not quite trail worthy, but definitely more aggressive than a standard road shoe outsole. I'll add that a lot of these roads, like right now, it's more of an asphalt or pavement type of a road, and then it gets broken up and you get more of that gravel content on the road there. And the shoe's actually doing quite well. It's smooth, feels really comfortable in all of these varied conditions today. So from a build quality perspective, I think Salomon did absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to give it a 9.5 out of 10, a near perfect score. And then as far as comfort, yeah, the shoe is very comfortable. I'm gonna have to give it maybe a 9 out of 10. I wish the shoe was just a little bit more breathable, which is the only reason for a dock of points. But other than that, comfort is top notch. Before I talk about performance, let's get up a little bit more into the hillside here. We've come up to the first bend. This is getting near-ish to the top, although there's just a little bit more ways to go. I'm making my way all the way up to the top of the hillside over there. Just a beautiful run though. I mean, can't really go wrong when you're out in a beautiful area like this. Everything's so green because we've been getting a lot of rain lately here in northern Colorado. And of course, I'm in a pretty amazing shoe as well. Always gotta come back to the camera. Oh, just beautiful out here. But to not get distracted, hopefully, by all this beautiful gravel road running, let's talk about the performance of the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel. So just coming right out of the gate here, performance is good in this shoe, although there are an area here or there where I wish it was slightly improved. First off, on that upper, I do feel that it holds your foot very securely. No redness or hot spots or blisters anywhere. I don't feel my foot sliding around at all inside the shoe, but I do wish that some of those upper materials were just a little bit more breathable. They're nice and they're high quality and they're comfortable, but I want my foot to be able to breathe just a little bit more. That midsole is very bouncy. It's very soft. You get a decoupled groove around the on the bottom of the shoe, which gives your heel kind of a pocket to get pushed down into, adding to a little bit of that comfort and softness, which is particularly nice on these downhill sections. It does encourage me to just run a little bit longer, a little bit more. I wouldn't necessarily say to run faster, but for a shoe where I'm just looking to put in a lot of good, easy miles, just, you know, enjoy myself, I do wish that that midsole felt a little lighter underfoot. The shoe feels like it's weight. It's not a heavy shoe. Just to reiterate, I like the performance of the midsole. Wish it was just a little lighter weight feeling underfoot. You kind of feel that weight with each foot movement, foot strike. Moving on to that outsole, last topic. The outsole rubber is very good, very durable, should last a long time. There are just a few small situations where I wish the shoe had a little bit more bite underfoot, but as it stands, it does a pretty good job in most, 99% conditions. Pretty much most of this gravel road that I'm running in, I really have no issue with, confidence underfoot. I could just tell that there were a few situations where when I was going up the hill, especially when I was trying to put in some more power, I could feel my foot maybe wanting to grab into the gravel just a little bit more, and so having just a little bit more gnarly lugs would help with that. That's no diss on the outsole really, because I think in 99% of circumstances it's going to do just fine for you. While I wish the shoe was a little bit lighter underfoot, I do appreciate its performance. It's a shoe that encourages me to keep going. It's an encouraging shoe that offers a positive running experience. Okay, so I've made it to the top of the hillside here, about mile 10K in, 6.2. And I'll descend down this side a little bit. And with that, let's talk a little bit about value of the shoe. And it's just one beautiful view after another. Came out to this view. This is Horsetooth Reservoir up in northern Colorado, Fort Collins area. There's Horsetooth Mountain. Ran a race up there recently. Check it out, Quad Rock. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous. So pretty up here. Okay, now the mosquitoes are starting to come out and attack me, so let's move on with the run. This shoe actually feels really good on the downhill. 40 millimeters of heel stack, and that decoupled groove that your heel just kind of sinks into, that pocket there. Oh, feels really good. I just love being out here in the hills, in these roads. So much fun. Holy cow, I swear this video is gonna be way too long because of all these epic views. Oh, wow. And yet another absolutely gorgeous view. My recording video gets too long and I still want to make it out to the car. I've got about 5 miles left before I get to the car. Show you another shoe real quick, but I want to talk a little bit about value. The Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel US MSRP is $160. I think that is a very competitive and decent price to pay for this shoe. You're getting an excellent build, getting a really good underfoot foam that's gonna just last a long time. It's bouncy, it's a lot of fun to run in. Like I was saying earlier, it's encouraging, feels amazing on these downhill sections. I just think you're getting your money's worth. While there are some small sections where on the steeper inclines when the road gets really gravelly and kind of all those rocks, I feel like I wish I had a little more traction, but other than that, honestly, it's not a big deal, not a problem. The outsole rubber just does a really good job, especially on the more packed and harder surfaces. So do I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend the shoe, which gets me to my last and final point. But first, we've got to get back to the car. The run is done. 16.5 miles and 2,000 feet of ascent. That's a pretty good run. I ran a couple extra miles that I wasn't necessarily anticipating, and I blame that on having just a beautiful area to run in, and of course a pretty nice shoe to you know, encourage those miles. But there is another shoe that I've really enjoyed, and I reviewed it yesterday, so definitely check that out. That being the VJ Flow, another shoe that I've found to be very, very inspiring. I really like this shoe, and I took it out in the same area yesterday, so check out the full review of that shoe. Now, which one would I rather run in, the VJ or the Salomons? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do a comparison video, so stay tuned for that. I will say there is something inspiring about the VJ Flow, but I think perhaps the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel is the better built shoe. So thanks for joining me on the run today. I had a lot of fun. It was such a beautiful area, man. Okay, before I start rambling, thanks again. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll leave this video off as we always do. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I did today in the Salomon Aero Glide 3 Gravel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.